Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. Advanced, the 1980 Pennant race is on the air. Today's date is September 23rd, 1980. We are at Metropolitan Stadium for a huge American League West matchup between the Texas Rangers and the Minnesota Twins. The Rangers come to this game a record of 81-69. They just need one more game to become playoff eligible. The Twins are 75-76. They need to win this game to get back to 500. Let's take a look at the standings as of today. In the American League East, the Yankees' magic number is 8 to clinch that division. The Baltimore Orioles have already clinched second place. They cannot do any worse than second in the division and no lower than the third seed, which means the Baltimore Orioles automatically go to the division series. The Detroit Tigers, however, they need 3 more wins to become playoff eligible. If they do that, and their magic number is 6 to clinch third, but they must get to playoff eligibility, they got to get 3 more wins. The Milwaukee Brewers are fading. They are 74-78. They're 4 games under 500. It does not look doesn't look pretty good. In the American League West, the Kansas City Royals, they have clinched the American League West. The Texas Rangers and the Oakland Athletics. The Rangers only have a half-game lead on the A's, and that's big because whoever clinches the second right now, that is the number 4 seed, which means they would only have 1 wild card game to win instead of 2. The Minnesota Twins tonight, they're 6 games back of Oakland. They're 6 games back of Oakland for tonight. All right. Twins win tonight. They get back to 500, and they're still a little bit relevant, but they are running out of time. The National League East is decided. The Philadelphia Phillies have clinched that division. The Montreal Expos, they got to get 2 more wins, and they will automatically clinch second place. Nobody else in the East can do it. In the National League West, the Houston Astros, they right now have a 4-game lead on Kansas City for home field throughout. They have already clinched the National League West. The Braves, their magic number is 3 to clinch second place in that division and at least the 3rd seed. If they clinch the 3rd seed, that means that they will move on to the division series automatically and probably be playing the Phillies. The Cincinnati Reds and the Dodgers, the Reds, they're once again, the Reds are making a late push. They are 76-75, a game above 500. The Dodgers right now are 3.5 back, but they're 6 under 500. It's very possible with 3 Dodger losses, they may be eliminated tonight. I don't know if the Dodgers actually played 3, but we will check as when we get to the 10-minute ticker. So that is your standings tonight. As we get ready for some big-time baseball here in the American League West. Color Historical, Brian B., Art Shackle, and Ben Witts are first to join us here at Metro Stadium. The Twins historically won this game 8-2. They had 9 hits and no errors. The Rangers had 12 hits and an error. But usually, as always, Inside Pitch has a mind of its own. So that's what's at stake tonight as we get closer and closer to the end of the pennant race and getting ready for the final week of the 1980 season. What will happen tonight? Let's find out. Starting pitcher for the Minnesota Twins tonight is Roger Erickson. First time we've seen him. 7 wins, 13 losses, a 3.25 ERA. That is not bad. Kind of tells me he didn't get much run support during that year. We are at Metropolitan Stadium. This is a pitcher's park. Adds 1 to strikeouts. There is a chance of robbing home runs to center or right. So, a big one tonight between the Rangers and the Twins. Rangers will win today. They will be playoff eligible. That's all they got to do and win. They'll have 82 wins, and they will automatically be playoff eligible. Then they just got to clinch. Twins got to get back to 500. What will happen tonight? Let's find out. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman Bump Wills. 263 average, 5 homers, 58 RBIs, and 80s. We're going to use red, white, and powder blue dice. Twins are the home team. Good crowd here at Metro Stadium. It's got to be a good one tonight for the Twins. They need a win. So do the Rangers. This is an important game. Let's see what happens. Erickson, 4-4, strikeout, 16 is high. Wills, 4-1, and that will be a ground ball to short. Will be taken care of there by Roy Smalley, and Smalley throws to first for out number 1. That'll bring up the right fielder, Johnny Rub-a-Dub-Dub. Thanks for the grub. 277 average, 9 homers, 32 RBIs that year. Erickson will pitch. 1-3, it's a blank. Grub, 5-7, and that is against a righty. It's a ground out. That's a ground out to third. That'll be handled by John Castino. And Castino tosses it over for out number 2. Here's the left fielder, Al Oliver. Some people think he belongs to the Hall of Fame. It's debatable. 319 average, 19 homers, 117 RBIs. He did have an excellent year in 80. Erickson, 2-3. It's a blank. Oliver, 4-2, and that will be a fly to right field. An easy play there for Hoskin Powell. And Powell will make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3. Go the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Texas Rangers tonight is Ken Clay. Don't know much about him. He only had 8 starts for the Rangers in 80. 2 wins, 3 losses, a 4.60 ERA. He gets the call tonight. Leading off for the Twins, right fielder Hoskin Powell. 262 average, 6 homers, 35 RBIs in 80. Clay will pitch. 7-7, hit by pitch, 15. And let's see here. Wow, he's going to hit him. Ken Clay is a hit by pitch plus 12. Powell is a 7, which will make him a 19. And that's a 15. He hit him. Plunk, ouch. So he will go to first on a hit batter. First hit batter of the game. And now here's the second baseman, Rob Wilfong. 248 average, 8 homers, 45 RBIs that year. Infield set for double play. Powell had 14 steals. And Wilfong gets the bunt sign, but he's going to swing away. Clay, 8-3, error on a booted ball. Wilfong, 6-1. That's a base hit past short. Single for Wilfong. Powell will hold at second base. He does not have the speed to get to third, so the Twins getting off to a quick start here in the bottom of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Kenny Landreau. 281 average, 7 homers, 62 RBIs. Infield still set for double play. Nothing on the 17. Clay, 1-6, walk, 12. That will miss. Landreau, 5-2, and against a righty, that's a ground ball to first base. And that's a 19, which is 7+ over Landreau. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Hit the first, and -2. Clay is a -3, which would be a -5. And that would bring that down to a 14. That's still going to be higher. That's going to be a double play. 2 outs. Powell will move to third. 3-6-3 double play hit into by Landreau. Kind of takes away a little bit of a rally away. And now the shortstop, Roy Smalley, 278 average, 12 homers, 63 RBI. Powell now on at third, nothing happening. Clay, 4-4, strikeout 9, and got him. Swing and a miss, struck him out. First strikeout for Clay. He had 17 of them that year. No runs and a hit batter, and no score after 1. Timeout for 1 quick second. All right. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Rangers is the third baseman, Buddy Bell. Definitely Hall of Very Good. Some people still think Hall of Fame. That's arguable, though. 329 average, 17 homers, 83 RBIs. Erickson, a 2-8 against a righty. It's an auto out. Now to fly to center field. Grabbing that will be Greg Johnston. He makes the catch for the out. Next up, the designated hitter, La Grande Orange, Rusty Staub. Some people think he should be a Hall of Famer. If he had played for the Mets in '86 and gotten that World Series championship, I think he would have gotten in. 300 average, 9 homers, 55 RBIs. Is Rusty Staub kind of like the Don Mattingly of the Mets? In a way, maybe needed a World Series to get in. Don Mattingly, if he had gotten a World Series with the Yankees before he retired, maybe that would have gotten him in there. Erickson, 5'6", and that's going to be an auto out. That will be a fly to left field, and Kenny Landreau will grab it for the second out. 2 outs. Here's the first baseman, Pat Putnam, 263 average, 13 homers, 55 RBIs, and 80. Erickson, 4-2, pickoff. Nope, we'll go to the park. Metro Stadium, 2-6, and it's a base hit past first. Putnam will get a single. He'll head to first. First hit of the game for the Rangers. Here's the center fielder, Jim Norris. I don't know much about him. 247 average, no homers, 16 RBIs in 80. And Norris is in center field for this game, not Mickey Rivers, although Rivers is on the bench. Putnam will stay where he is. Erickson, 5'8", strikeout 11, that will miss. Norris, 4-4, and that is a fly to right. And Powell will get to that and put it away. Retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, no runs and a hit for the Rangers. And we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Twins, their designated hitter, Glenn Adams, 286 average, 6 homers, 38 RBIs in 80. Clay, 7'6", that's at the park. Metro Stadium, 7'6", and that is a grounder to second. Easily handled there by Bump Wills. And Wills throws it over, 1 down. That'll bring up the catcher, Butch Weiniger. Always felt Weiniger was a solid catcher. Played many years for the Yankees, of course. 255 average, 5 homers, 57 RBIs that year. Clay, 2-6, strikeout, misses. Weiniger, 2-4, base hit, hits one past second base. Weiniger will hold it first with a single. Here's the center fielder, Greg Johnston, a September call-up. 185 average and only 1 RBI that year. Greg Johnston, definitely a September call-up. Infield at double play depth. And Weiniger, let's see what he does. I don't think he's going to do anything, and he won't. Clay, 1-1. That's an automatic out. It will be a fly to center field. Grabbing that will be Jim Norris. And that'll be out number 2. Here's the third baseman, John Castino, 302 average, 13 homers, 64 RBIs in 80. Weiniger still at first, and he will stay there. Clay, 4-4, strikeout, 20 is high. Castino, 2-8, that's a single. That'll be a base hit to center field. Weiniger, 6'4", and he will holds if the arm rating is 4-7. Center fielder is Norris. It's a 6, and he will hold. So Weiniger will hold at second base. A base hit to center field for Castino, but a good throw in by Norris keeps Weiniger at second. 2 men on. Here's the first baseman, Mike Cubbage, 246 average, 8 homers, 42 RBIs. That name does ring a bell. Runners at first and second, and that's what's going to happen. Clay will pitch. 8-1, wild pitch. Yep, that one's going to go all the way to the backstop, and both the runners will move up. A wild pitch thrown by Clay, first wild one he's thrown. And we'll re-roll the strat. just in case anything happens, and not this time. So now runners at second and third with 2 outs. Clay, a 3-5. That's an auto out. That'll be a fly to left. Clay will get out of it. Easy play for Al Oliver. He makes the catch and retires a side. No runs, 2 hits. No score after 2 in this very important game between the Rangers and the Twins. Twins trying to get back to 500. A win by the Rangers tonight, they become playoff eligible. We go to the third. Leading off for the Rangers will be the catcher, Jim Sundberg. Excellent catcher. 273 average, 10 homers, 63 RBIs. Very good catcher for the Rangers. Erickson, 5'3", range play 13. That's a 20. No. Sundberg, 1-8. It's a base hit to right field. It was not a range play, so Sundberg just gets the single, and he'll head to first. Here's the shortstop, Bud Harrelson. May he rest in peace. 272 average, a homer, 9 RBIs in 80. Infield a double play. Sundberg really not a threat to do anything, and he won't. Harrelson gets the bunt sign. He does hit well against right-handed pitchers. I think it's too early to bunt for Harrelson. He hits righties very well. I'm going to swing away. Erickson, 3-7. That's a pitcher result. That is a 6. And against the switch left, that is going to be a base hit. That is going to be a single into center field. Sundberg, a 6-5, and he will get to third. Holds if the arm rating is 5-7, and Johnston's arm rating is only a 2. Sundberg gets to third. So having Harrelson hit away was the right call. And now runners at the corners with no one out. And here is Wills. Wills is 0 for 1. And they're going to call. Wills does not hit into many double plays. They will bring the infield in. Twins need this game. They go 2 games under 500. You really got to rely on the ticker. Sundberg on at third. Harrelson on at first. Strategy. Nothing happening. Erickson. 4-5. That's a blank. Wills, 8-4, fly ball to center. Fly out to center field, and that will be caught by Johnston for out number 1. Wills has a sacrifice fly rating of 19. That's a 14. That will bring in Sundberg, and the Rangers will get on the board first. 1-0 in favor of the Rangers. So Wills gets it done, bringing in a sacrifice fly. An RBI for him. And now here's Grubb. Grubb is 0 for 1. Infield now back to double play. Harrelson on at first. Erickson, relying on the tickers like relying on the lottery balls. I know, right? Strategy roll for Harrison. He actually had he had some steals, but he's not stealing here. Erickson, 2-5, walk. 20 will miss. Grubb, 4-3, fly to right field. Easily handled by Powell. And Harrelson stays put, 2 down. And here is Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 1. That's a retirement plan. It's called the 401L. Harrelson on it first. I've really missed you, Ben. Harrelson on it first, and he will stay there. Erickson, 5-7. It's a blank. Oliver, 6-7, and that's another fly ball to right field, another play for Hoskin Powell, but he will make the catch, retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a sacrifice fly. The Rangers have now grabbed the lead as we now go to the bottom of the third. Top of the order for the Twins. Here's Hoskin Powell, and he got hit by a pitch his first time up. Clay, 4-1, walk, 11. That will be too high. Powell, 5-1. That's a ground out to short. Taken care of there by Bud Harrelson. And he'll throw it over for the out. Here's Wilfong. Wilfong got a single his first time up. Clay, 4-7 against the lefty. Possible home run against the righty. Wilfong needs a 7. And with the bases empty, you add 9, but you can only go as high as double. So that would be a 14. And that is a 1, which means that is a 1, which means we could have a robbed home run. So let's find out. That is a 1, a possible robbed home run. Question is, where did it go? In this case, we have to roll to see where it went. So that ball is, let's see where it goes there. Let's see where it goes. And we roll a D8. And that is a 1, and that's going to go over the left field wall. There's no chance of getting that one. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Just clears the wall by a foot or two. Home run, Rob Wilfong. Stadium cheers. Yay! Solo bomb by Wilfong. As he hits that one over the left field wall, we're tied at 1. Wilfong gets that. He had 8 home runs that year. Next batter is Landreau. That was a bad pitch by Clay. That was a meatball. Wilfong turned that into lasagna. Landreau is 0 for 1. Clay will deal. Clay, 6-3. That's an auto out. It will be a grounder to second. Buck Wills will take it and throw it over for out number 2. Here's Smalley. Smalley is 0 for 1. Clay will pitch. Clay, 2-4. Another possible home run against the righty. Smalley needs a 12. Plus 9 will make him a 21. And again, it's a 1. I don't believe this. Another 1. So let's see where this ball wound up in. That is a 5. That is hit to center field. That's the center fielder. And going after that is Norris. He's got pretty good range. His range is a 5. -3 makes it a 2. A 1-2 Norris will rob this home run. He does! Holy cow, what a play by Norris! Jim Norris goes ahead, back to the track, back to the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch and robs Smalley, and Smalley can't believe it. And that retires a side, a fly out to center field. And that would have put the Twins ahead, but 1 run on 1 hit. A solo bomb by Rob Wilfong. We're tied at 1 after 3. Jim Norris robs a home run. 1 just cleared and 1 got snagged. We go to the top of the 4th. Leading off for the Rangers is Buddy Bell. He's 0 for 1. So at least it's tied at 1. But a heck of a play by Jim Norris to rob 1. Erickson, 6-4. Pickoff. No, we go to the park. Metro, 8-1. That's a line out right back to Erickson. He'll make the catch. 1 out. Next up is Legrandirage. Staub is 0 for 1. Erickson deals. Erickson, 8-7. That's a blank. Staub, 2-5. That's a ground out to second. And Rob Wilfong will get that. And 2 down. Here's Putnam. Putnam got a single his first time up. Pitch from Erickson. 2-7. Blank. Putnam. A 2-2. Popped up to second base. And Wilfong says, I'll take it. And he will. And that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Lone Stars. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Glenn Adams leads off for Minnesota. And he is 0 for 1. Clay deals. Clay, 8-3. Error on a booted ball. Adams, 2-1. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Harrelson. His error rating is a 12. That's a 4. He boots it, and Adam is safe. That's going to be a booted ball by Harrelson, only a one-base error, and that's an E6. First error on the Rangers. They did have an error in the game historically. And it'll bring up Weiniger. Weiniger got a single his first time up. Infield set for double play. Strategy for Adams. He will stay put. Weiniger doesn't get anything. He'll swing. Clay, 8-2. Error on a throw. Weiniger, 8-5. And that is a fly. That is a automatic out. It's a star 4. That's a fly to right. Grabbing that will be Grubb. And there won't be a throwing error. That's out number 1. Here's Johnston. Johnston is 0 for 1. Strategy. Adams will stay put. Clay. 2-3. Strikeout 17. That'll miss. Johnston 4-3. That's powered into center field. That's a 17. And against a righty, it's going to stay up there easily. Johnston did not really hit very well. That's going to center field. That'll be caught by Norris. And this time he does not have to make a leaping grab. That's out number 2. Here's Castino. Castino got a single his first time up. Adams on it first. And he will stay. Actually, he gets the jump. 7 plus 4 is 11. And Sundberg is 0. I don't see him stealing. Clay. 2-6, strikeout 9, swing and a miss, struck him out, and that'll retire the side. That is the second strikeout for Clay. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but the Twins couldn't take advantage of it. Tied at 1 after 4. A pitcher's duel between Clay and Erickson. Combined ERA of these two is 7.8. We go to the 5th. And leading off for the Rangers will be Jim Norris, who made a heck of a play in center field to take back a home run. Fans give him a little bit of the boot, give him some boo birds. Boo. Erickson will pitch. Erickson, 4-5. That's a blank. Norris, 6-4. And that's a base hit past short. Norris says, I don't care what you do. I've got you guys. I'm hitting one. That's a single. And Norris has his first hit of the game. Here's Sundberg. Sundberg got a single his first time up. Infield set for double play. Norris had 6 steals. That's a 10. He's not going anywhere. Erickson, 4-4. Strikeout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Sundberg. And that's the first strikeout for Erickson. He only had 97 of them in 80. And that's out number 1. Harrelson is next. He got a single his first time up. Probably has the ump for time so he can take a bow. Yeah, probably. Norris. Nothing happening on the 14th. Actually, Harrelson does get the bunt sign. Not with a 272 batting average. Erickson, 6-5. And that's going to be an auto out. And that's a fly to left. Grabbing that will be out. Grabbing that will be Landro. And that's out number 2. Here's Wills. Wills is 0 for 2. Norris on it first. And he'll stay. Erickson deals. Erickson, 7-6. Strikeout, 17. That'll miss. Wills, 1-2. Grounder right back to Erickson. He'll take care of it. He'll underhand it to first. And that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. In a game that both teams really would like to win. The Twins need it more than the Rangers do. But a win by the Rangers will make them playoff eligible. Twins, a win here gets them back to 500. Mike Cubbage leads off for the Twin Cities. He's 0 for 1. Clay will deal. Clay, 4-2. Range play at the park. Metro Stadium. 5-7, and that is a fly ball to right field. And that's Johnny Grubb going after that. He was not that good. His range is only a 1. He won't get it. And that's going to be a base hit, a single. So Cubbage will get a hit on a single, as there was no way Grubb was getting that. And the leadoff man is on for the Twins. Here's Powell. Powell is 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch. Infield a double play. Cubbage not a threat to do anything. Powell gets the hit and run. Cubbage can do a hit and run, but I think he swings. So I'm not, even though Powell doesn't have much home run power. I don't. And how is his EXE? His EXE rating is 11, and he only has one of those. Well, he has two of those greater than signs. Hit and run. If it fails, Cubbage is a dead duck. His stolen base rating is a 0, which tells me that even though he does have the hit and run moniker, he probably was using a hit and run and he got thrown out on a strikeout. I'm going to say no. Clay, 8-8, error, foul, grounder at the park. Metro, 4-4. That's a base hit past second base. Single past second, Cubbage. He will hold at second base, does not have the best speed, but Powell decides to just swing away, and that turns out to be the right hit. So runners at first and second for the Twins. A chance now for Wilfong. He had a bomb his last time up. He's 2 for 2. A single and a bomb. Clay in some trouble here in the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1. Strategy. Nothing on the 6. Cubbage at second, Powell at first. Clay, 4-6, walk, 5, ball 4, the bases are loaded. And they're going to go talk to Clay on the mound and see what he wants to do here. That is believe it or not, that's only the first walk given up by Clay. He had 27 of them in 80. And now here's a chance for Kenny Landreau. Landreau is 0 for 2. He does hit into double plays. Corners are going to be in. Well, actually, no. You got the infield in. You do the infield in here. It's got 1, 2. You do the infield in, or do you try corners? I think you do infield in. If there were 2 outs, I think. If there was 1 out, I think you do corner. Infield's going to play in. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Clay. 2-5, walk 4, and he walked in a run, and it didn't matter. They'll go ahead and walk Landreau, and the Twins take a 2-1 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! So Clay will walk in a run. That's his second walk of the game. Bases are still loaded for Smalley. Smalley is 0 for 2. Rangers now down 2-1 to the Twins. Strategy again. That is a 9. This time, nothing happening. And they're going to keep the infield in. Clay, 7-2. Error on a grounder. Smalley, 7-3. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to left. Grabbing that will be Al Oliver. That's going to be out number 1. A 1-17. Smalley will bring in a sacrifice. That is a 1. That's easy. Powell will come in and score. It's 3-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Sacrifice fly for Smalley. And now a 3-1 Twins lead. As Smalley gets at least someone in. And now here's Adams. Infield now moves back to double play. Adams is 0 for 2, but reached on an error. Now a 3-1 Twins lead. Twins historically won this game 8-2. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 3. Wilfong will stay where he is. Clay. 2-3. Strikeout 7. And got him. Struck him out. Adams, he will swing and a miss. Actually, check swinged, but the umpire says he went. And that'll be a big K. That's the 3rd strikeout for Clay. He needed that. 2 down. Here's Weiniger. Weiniger 1 for 2. A check swing there by Adams, but the umpire rung him up. 2 outs, 3-1 Twins now. Strategy, nothing on the 6. Clay, 4-2, range play at the park. Metro Stadium, 5-1. And against us, he's hitting from the left side. And from the left side, it's a fly ball to left field. It's a range play for the left fielder, Al Oliver. His range is a 4. He can't get it. And a 1-5, this will be a double. And it is. Weiniger hits it all over his head. Wilfong will score with 2 outs. Landro will score with 2 outs. Weiniger on at second. 5-1 Twins. Stadium cheers. Yay! Two RBI double by Weiniger. Oliver could not make the play out there. And now a 5-1 lead. The batter is Johnston. Johnston is 0 for 2. Clay can pitch to 25, which Johnston happens to be his last one. And Erickson can go 28. This may be Clay's last inning. Weiniger on at second, 2 outs. Now 5-1 Twins. Strategy, nothing on the 17. Clay, 7-4. Walk. He walked him. And I think Clay may be shell-shocked. That is the 3rd walk by Clay. He is tired. John Castino coming in, and that will be it for Clay. He just ran out of gas. According to Chris says innings 1 through 5 are early, 6, 7 are middle, 8, 9 is late. So, and S, of course, is for save opportunities. So, actually, I'm still supposed to use early innings here. So, Castino the batter, he's a righty. So, let's see what I got for early innings here. So, I got early, and in that case, who has the most early innings? And the righty, I think it's Darwin, but I really don't think I'd want to use him right now. Nope, actually, that's Huff. He has the most early innings. And that's what it's going to be. Coming on to pitch for the Rangers is going to be Charlie Huff. 2 wins, 2 losses, a 3.96 ERA. Charlie Huff did start the season with a different team. He's now on the Rangers. So Huff will take over. Clay will take the L, at least for now. And Huff will pitch to Castino. Huff can pitch to 14. So let's see. So Charlie Huff will come on to pitch. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 19. Castino's not bunting. Huff, 6-5, error on a booted ball. Castino, 1-6. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Harrelson. His error rating is a 12. That's a 10, and that's another error on Harrelson. Another error on Harrelson, and everybody is safe. Another E6. Second error on the Rangers in the ball game. And Huff looking at Harrelson and said, hey, did you leave your glove with the Mets back all those years ago? Here's Cubbage. Cubbage is 1 for 2 with a single. David Vega joins us here at Metro Stadium. So 2 outs. And now still 5-1 Twins. Yeah, not a good crowd tonight, but, it's okay. Strategy roll, that's a 20, but nothing happening. Huff will pitch. Huff, 5-7. Range play at the park. Metro Stadium. 3-6. It's a base hit past short. It's a range play for Harrelson. Harrelson needs to get this. His range is a 5, and he won't get it. It's a base hit. He is having a rough night. Single pass short. Weiniger will score. And with 2 outs, Johnston will score. Castino, he will hold at second base. Cubbage at first. 7-1 Twins. Stadium cheers. Yay! A rough inning for the Rangers, a 2 RBI single by Cubbage. Bud Harrelson is having one rough night. The Twins won this game 8-2, so right now we're heading in that direction. The next batter is Powell. Powell's 1 for 2. Singleton got hit by a pitch. Strategy rolls are now off. Huff, 7-7. Walk plus. And that is ball 4. He just did it. Powell becomes a 16. That is a 16. And the Rangers cannot get out of this inning. A walk by Huff. He had 35 walks with the Rangers that year. And now here's Wilfong. Wilfong is 2 for 2. Singled and hit a bomb and walked. 2 outs. Fans here at Metro Stadium now enjoying the ball game with a 6-run lead. Huff will look in on Wilfong. Huff, 1-2, walk 2, and it's not ending here. That's another base on balls, and Castino will score. He walks in another run, 8-1 Twins. Stadium cheers. Yay! Another walk, and that is the, what is this? That is the 4th walk of the, that's the 5th walk in the inning. And it looks like the Rangers may have to wait for 10-minute ticker to get over, to become playoff eligible. Here's Landro. Landro is 0 for 2 with a walk. Of course, the Twins have batted around. They have batted around in this inning. The Rangers can't get out of it. Huff will pitch. Huff, 7-1, wild pitch. No, but it's a possible pass ball, and that is on Sundberg. His pass ball rating is a 4. And that's a 2 will prevent it. Landro will swing. Landro, 1-5, and it's a line drive right to short. That is gloved by Harrelson, and the inning finally comes to an end. 7 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 walks, 1 error, and a sacrifice fly. That is not a good day at the office. 8-1 Twins after 5. We'll pause for station identification. This is the WRJL YouTube network. After an inning like that, I had to cool down the throat. We go to the top of the 6th, 8-1 favor of the Twins. So the Twins have reached the 8 runs they had in this game. Johnny Grubb leads off for the Rangers. He's 0 for 2. Fans here at Metro Stadium are looking at a 500 record right now, but the game's not over. Erickson, 5-6. That's an auto out. It'll be a fly to center field. And Johnston will get to that for the first out. Here's Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 2. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Metro Stadium. Erickson, 4-8, strikeout 5. Cold strike 3 on Oliver. He cannot believe it. He's a 4, but +1 will make him a 5. That is a 5. Oliver yelling at the umpire. The umpire says, you better go take a seat before you're going to take a shower. That's the second strikeout by Erickson, 2 down. And now here's Bell. Bell is 0 for 2. Erickson will pitch. Erickson, 2-7. It's a blank. Bell, a 7-7. That's a single. He'll hit that one pass short. Bell keeps the inning alive. His first hit of the ball game. It'll bring up Legrand Darage. He's 0 for 2. Bell on it first. Strategy rolls, of course, are off. Erickson, 3-7. That's a pitcher result. That's a 3 against the lefty. That will be a base hit. That'll be a single, and that's going to be a base hit into left field. Single to left. Will Bill take third? And he's actually down by 7 runs. You know what? I'm going to cancel out the roll. He's just going to hold at second base as I will activate the 6-run option. So Bell will automatically hold at second. He will not try to take third. You're down by 7 runs. You need to stay there. And he would have held anyway. So automatically. So now runners at first and second. A chance now for Putnam. Putnam is 1 for 2 with a single. Rangers trying to maybe get some of these runs back. Erickson, 7-8 against the lefty. Walk, 12. That will miss. Putnam, 7-8. And that's a fly to right. Easily handled by Powell. And he'll make the catch and end the inning. No runs, 2 hits for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Charlie Huff will stay on the mound. Why not? And Roy Smalley leads off for the Twins. He's 0 for 3. 8-1 Twins, bottom of the 6th. Yeah, small crowd tonight. I can't have a good crowd every night, guys. I guess nobody cares about the Rangers or the Twins. Huff, 2-4. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Smalley, 7-7. That is a ground out to second base. Bump Wills will grab it, and he'll toss it over for out number 1. I would still be playing if nobody was in the chat, by the way, guys. I guess I'd be doing it. I guess I would be all by myself. Oh, I can't sing anymore. I used to. I can't do it. Playing this game ruined my voice. Here's Adams. Adams is 0 for 2, but he reached 0 for 3, but he reached on an error. I guess I'm all by myself. Huff, 8-5. Hit by pitch, +7. Adams is a 0. He never got hit by a pitch, and the 11 is going to be too high anyway. Adams, 6-8. He'll ground 1 to first. Putnam will take it himself to the bag, and that's out number 2. Yeah, they're probably watching the WBC. That's also on tonight. Here's Weiniger. Weiniger is 2 for 3. Still stinks that the WBC takes more precedence over RJL Network. Those guys, whoever's doing that's got to get the priority straight. Huff, 6-8, strikeout. That's going to miss. Weiniger, 3-4. That's a ground ball to short, taken care of by Harrelson. Harrelson will throw it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Twins. A much better inning for Charlie Huff. And it's still 8-1 after 6. World Baseball Classic or RJL Network? Come on, people. Where would you guys rather be? Top of the 7th. Jim Norris leads off for the Rangers. He'll bat. He's 1 for 2. 8-1 Twins. It is a blowout anyway, though. Erickson will deal. Erickson, 6-6, blank. Norris, 2-6, fly to left. Landreau will grab it, and that is out number 1. You'd rather watch some classic baseball. If I ever play something modern, would you still watch it, Ben? Let's say 2022, 23, 24. Would you still watch those games with me? Here's Sundberg. Sundberg is 1 for 2 with a single. It was a good game until the 5th. Erickson, 3-6, error on a throw. Sundberg, 5-1. That's a fly out. Fly ball to left field. Once again, Landreau will get that. That's out number 2. We still play a few newer sets. I think you should. I know some people don't like modern contemporary baseball. Hey, to me, it's still baseball. You wouldn't vote for them. Yeah, I understand that. Well, remember, though, in my selection show upcoming, seasons 1965 to 1995 are automatically eliminated. Plus 15 and minus 15 from the season I already did. Anything you do is good if it's on ice. Oh, that includes hockey. Here's Harrelson. Harrelson is 1 for 2 with a single. Erickson deals. Erickson, 7-7. It's a blank. Harrelson, 5-4. Fly ball to right. An easy play for Hoskin Powell. And that'll retire the side. Been a rough night for Harrelson and a rough night for the Rangers in particular. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we still got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Tomorrow night will be September 26th, and this will be the final game of the pennant race before we head into the final week. And I know Ben Witz and Chuck Rawlings, he ain't going to miss tomorrow night as the New York Yankees will take on the Detroit Tigers in a huge American League East matchup. Ron Guidry, again, will be going for the Yankees. Dan Schatzeder will be going for the Tigers. The Tigers are 79 and 71. Depending on what happens here, Tigers could be trying to get closer to wrapping up a playoff. Guidry and Schatzeder. The Yankees and the Tigers tomorrow night here on the network. The final game of the pennant race before we head into the final week. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Twins lead 8-1. And leading off for the Twins will be Greg Johnston. And he's going to bat with a 7-run lead. If it was close, I would have yanked Johnston out for a starter. But Johnston, I'm going to let him pitch with a 7-run lead. Huff will stay in the game. 4-1 against the lefty. Blank. Johnston, 8-1. And it's a good thing I let him hit, because that's a double to left field. Greg Johnston hits a double into left. And it's a good thing I let him hit. Leadoff double for the Twins. It'll bring up Castino. Castino 1 for 3. Singled and reached on an error. Not Guidry. Runner on second base. Right now, the Twins are owning the Rangers tonight. Huff. 1-1. Strikeout plus. He'll get Castino. Strikeout for Huff. 1 down. And the next batter is Cubbage. Cubbage 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Johnston on at second. He'll stay there. Huff. 4-8. Walk. 12. That's too high. Cub. Cubbage, 6-3, base hit, pass first. Will that score Johnston? No, he'll hold the third. Cubbage gets a base hit, pass first. And Cubbage is having a good night tonight. The batter now is Powell. Powell is 1 for 2. Singled, walked, and got hit by a pitch. The corners are going to play in. Powell does hit into double plays, and the Rangers are going to try to turn 2 here. So corners are in. Second or short would be a double play chance. First or third, the play will be at the plate. Huff, 3-7 against the lefty. It's a blank. Powell, 6-8. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second base. That is an 8. That's an 8. Hit to second. +1 is a 9. Huff +1 is a 10. And that's an 11. They're not going to get the double play. Johnston will score. Cubbage will be thrown out at second. Powell will take first. And it'll be a fielder's choice, but the Twins get a run. It's now 9-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! So fielder's choice. And now there are now 2 outs. And here's Wilfong. Wilfong he's 2 for 2, a single, a bomb, and has walked twice. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, now 9-1 Twins. Huff, 6-3, wild pitch. Noah pass ball. Sunbird's pass ball rating is a 4. He doesn't allow it. Wilfong will swing. 3-5, and that's a fly to right. Easily paid there by Johnny Grubb. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. And the Twins have a 9-1 lead after 7. Not a good night for the Rangers tonight. We go to the 8th. And leading off for the Rangers is Bump Wills. Erickson will be tired after Wills. Question is, did Erickson have any complete games? I'll have to look. Erickson, he's got an 8-run lead to work with. Erickson, 2-5, walk, 3, ball 4, he walked him. He does walk Wills, so Wills will trot to first. And that's only the first walk given up by Erickson. He had 56 of them that year. So Erickson is now tired. They're going to let him pitch. I don't know how many complete games. He only had 7 wins. So he only had 7 wins. Erickson. Let's see. Erickson had 7 complete games. So of the 7 wins he had, they must have all been complete games. Probably. All right. So we'll see if he can do it. I'm going to keep him out there. He is tired, though, now. Will's on at first, and here's Grubb. Grubb is 0 for 3. Infield double play. Strategy rolls are off. Erickson, 7-3. Error, foul, grounder at the park. Metro Stadium, 2-3. And against a left-handed batter, that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Grabbing that will be Johnston. He will make the catch. That is out number 1. Grubb is a lefty. That would have been a possible home run if he was a righty, but that's a lefty, and that will be an out. 1 down. Nice play there by the left fielder, Landreau. And now here's Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 3. Erickson is tired. He says he can do it, Coach. Erickson, 8-3, error on a booted ball. Oliver, 5-8. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Will. Our balls are hit to Wilfong. His ever rating is a 2. That's a 4. He won't make an error. Will he turn it into a double play? That's a 12. Hit the second plus 1 is 3. Erickson plus 1 is 14. And guess what? Oliver is a 14. That's a 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. Rangers cannot get a break. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Rangers cannot get a break. Kenny Landreau leads off for the Twins. He's 0 for 4. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. Huff is done. And the Rangers are going to go to the bullpen here. And might as well. So they got 2 lefties and a switch. So we'll bring in a lefty with the... Do we have a lefty with late innings here? Let's find out. And we do. And it is going to be John Henry Johnson. 2 wins, 2 losses, 4 saves, a 2.33 ERA. Johnson coming out to probably just get some innings in. So here's John Henry Johnson for 80 here in 80. Landreau will bat bottom of the 8th inning. Johnson 6-1 strikeout 5 and got him. Swing and a miss, struck him out, just got him. And that'll be a strikeout for Johnson. He had 44 Ks that year. And Johnson can pitch to 6. Next up is Smalley. Smalley is 0 for 4. Johnson deals. Johnson, 8-7, strikeout 4. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Another strikeout for JHJ, 2 down. And here's Adams. Adams is 0 for 4, but did reach on an error. Johnson will deal. 8-1, range play 10. Yes, Adams. 5-2. It's a range play. It's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Wills. Wills' range is a 4, and he won't get it. It'll be a base hit. Adams will sneak by Wills, and that will be the first hit of the game for Adams. So he finally joins the hit parade. And now Weiniger. Weiniger, 2 for 4, single and double. Adams' insurance run, although the Twins do have a 9-1 lead. Johnson, 3-1 against the switch right. It's a blank. Weiniger, 3-1. That's a ground ball to short. Harrelson will take care of it. He's going to throw to second to get Adams, and that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Twins. They have a 9-1 lead after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Top of the 9th. Erickson is tired. He has 7 complete games, and he'll get the win. So I'm going to kick him out there. Let's see if he can do it. Buddy Bell will lead off for the Rangers. He is 1 for 3 here on the top of the 9th. 9-1 Twins. Twins 3 outs away from getting back to 500. The Rangers are going to have to wait another day to get to over 500, to get to 82 wins. Erickson, 3-6, error on a throw. Bell, 6-8. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Smalley. His ever rating is a 7. That's a 10. He won't make the throwing error, and it'll get him out at first, 1 down. Here's Legrand Orange. Staub is 1 for 3 with a single. Erickson. Dang, these dice like to jump. Erickson, 1-4 against the lefty. Walk. Ball 4, he walked him. So Erickson walks Staub. Second walk of the game for Erickson. It'll bring up Putnam. Infield set for double play. Staub on it first. Erickson deals. Erickson, 2-6. It's a blank. Putnam, 3-8. Fly ball to center. Grabbing that is Johnston. And that's out number 2. And the last chance for the Rangers will be Jim Norris. Norris is 1 for 3. He did rob a home run in the game. Staub on it first. There are 2 down. Erickson, he'll go ahead and set it up. The fans here at Metro Stadium would like to see this win be completed. Erickson deals. Erickson, 2-3. It's a blank. Norris, 4-3. Ground ball, second base. That ball is into Wilfong. Wilfong's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. Rangers are going to fall here to the Twins. A 9-1 win for the Twin Cities. Stadium cheers. Yay! So the Rangers, they're going to drop to 81-70, and the Twins are back to 500 at 76-76. They're not out of it yet, but a big win here for the Twins over the Rangers, a 9-1 victory. No runs a hit, no runs and a hit for the Rangers, and a good win for the Twins. Final line score coming up. For the Twins, 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the Rangers, 1 run, 6 hits, and 2 errors, both made by Bud Harrelson. The winning pitcher is Roger Erickson. He gets the complete game. He went the distance. Ken Clay is going to take a tough loss, mostly because nobody knew how to play defense for the Rangers tonight. They will take that win. It's a good one, but now we got a very big 10-minute ticker coming up next. Yep, everybody must be watching the World Baseball Classic. What are you going to do? Let them watch the World Baseball Classic. It's okay. I'll survive. Taking the WBC over the RJL. As I said, guys got to get your priorities straight. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Twins are going to get a 9-1 win over the Rangers tonight. Let's see how the rest of the majors does, as we're very close to closing out the pennant race. September 23rd, Boston at Baltimore. Red Sox, 10-15, that is 2. Orioles, 11-11, that is 0. Tough loss for the Orioles. They still think they're only 5 games back of the Yankees, but I don't think they're going to catch them. Toronto at Detroit. Blue Jays, 10-43, that's 5. Tigers, 19-32, and that is also 5, and they're going to extras. Tigers need wins. Toronto rolls a 4, +1 is 5. Detroit rolls a 2, -2 is 0. And that is a win for the Blue Jays. Tigers now they're stuck at 79 wins. California at Milwaukee. Angels 10-12, and that's 1. Brewers 16-35, and that is 5. And the Brewers will gain a game on the Tigers. Cleveland and the Yankees. Indians 261, and that's 5. Yankees 1932, that is also 5, and they'll go to extras. Both teams roll a 2. Cleveland is a +4. The Yankees are a +1. The Indians will get a win, and the Yankees take a tough loss. White Sox and Oakland. With the Rangers losing, Oakland would take over second place with a win. White Sox 155, that is 4. Athletics 224, that is 2. And the A's are unable to do it. Royals and the Mariners. Royals 20-34, that's 5. Mariners 10-22, that's 2. Another win for the Royals. Mets and the Cubs. Mets 11-13, and that is 1. Cubs 7-25, and that is 3. Cubs win. Braves and the Dodgers. Braves and the Dodgers. The Dodgers are now 6 games under 500. Dodgers have got to win. Braves' magic number to clinch second place is 3. Braves 5-13, that's 1. Dodgers 11-24, that is 3. Big win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Pirates. The Expos, they need 2 wins to clinch a playoff berth. Expos 10-24, and that's 3. Pirates 4-36, that is also 3, and they're going to extras. Expos roll a 5, plus 1 is 6. Pittsburgh rolls a 2, plus 0, and the Expos now have 81 wins, 1 more, and they are in the playoffs because they will automatically clinch second place because 3-6 are already eliminated. Astros and the Padres. Astros 6-26, and that is 3. Padres 10-22, that is 2. That's a win for the Stros. We'll leave Cincinnati for last. Philadelphia and the Cardinals. Phillies 8-33, and that is 3. Cardinals 14-66, that is 11. It's a win for the Redbirds, but the Phillies have already clinched the division. They cannot do any worse than 2. Reds and the Giants. Frank Pastore against Alan Hergesheimer. Pretty important game for the Reds. Can the Reds continue their winning ways? Reds 10-54, that is 6. Giants 141, that is 3. And that game belongs to the Reds. September 24th, Boston at Baltimore. Red Sox 7-36, that's 4. Orioles 15-53, and that is 6. The O's will get the win. Toronto at Detroit. Detroit stuck on 79 wins. Blue Jays 17-35, and that's 5. Tigers 14-65, that is 9. That will be a win for the Tigers. They are now at 80 wins. Angels and the Brewers. Angels 9-12, that's 1. Brewers 15-22, and that is 3. That's a win for the Brewers. Rangers and the Twins. A win here by the Rangers. They are playoff eligible. Rangers 8-15, that is 1. Twins 7-42, that is 4. And the Twins are getting closer. Cleveland and the Yankees. Indians 11-24, that is 3. Yankees 20-23, that is 4. That'll be a win for the Yanks. White Sox and Athletics. Once again, with the Rangers losing, a win by Oakland, they take second. White Sox 5-34, and that's 3. Athletics 9-61, that is 6. And the A's retake second place. Kansas City at Seattle. Royals 14-16, and that's 2. Mariners 6-13, and that's 1. Another win for the Royals. Royals trying to stay close to the Astros for home field throughout. Astros and the Braves. Huge series there, at least for Atlanta. Astros 8-52, and that is 5. Braves 7-16, that is 2. The Braves can't get a win. Cannot get the win. Expos and the Cubs. A win here by the Expos. They are in the playoffs. Expos 9-21, and that is 2. Cubs 7-61, that is 6. The Expos have to wait another day. Giants and the Dodgers. Big game for the Dodgers here. Dodgers hoping they can stay alive. Giants minus 221, and that is 1. Dodgers 226, and that is 2. And the Dodgers stay alive. Mets and the Phillies. Mets 721, and that is 2. Phillies 1643, and that is 5. Another win for the Fightin' Phils. Cardinals and the Pirates. Cardinals 1165, that's 9. Pirates 1035, that is 4. That's a win for the Cardinals. Reds and the Padres. The Reds are on a hot streak. Now got 77 wins. Can they get another one here? Reds 1021, and that is 2. Padres 316, and that is 1. And that game belongs to the Reds. September 25th, Cleveland and the Yankees. Indians 1553, and that is 6. Yankees 1755, that is 7, a win for the Yanks. White Sox and Oakland. White Sox 054, that is 4. Athletics 616, that is 1. A rough night for Oakland. Rangers and the Mariners. Rangers, a win here, they'll retake second place. Rangers 1325, that's 3. Mariners 123, that is 1. And the Rangers and the Athletics will flip again. Astros and the Braves. Astros hoping they can. The Braves still need to have the magic number of 3. It's still been stuck. Astros 445, that is 4. Braves 545, and that is 4. And they're going to extras. Both teams roll a 4. Houston a +2. Atlanta a +1. Rough night for the Braves. Expos and the Cubs. A win here by the Expos. They're going to the postseason. Expos 1463, and that is 8. Cubs 314, that is 1. And the Montreal Expos, they'll have 82 wins. They are going into the playoffs. They clinch second place in the National League East. And right now, they are the 4th seed. Question is, will Montreal have to play a wild card game? Because if Cincinnati or the Dodgers cannot get in there will not be a wild card series in the National League. Giants and the Dodgers. Giants 321, that is 1. Dodgers 646, that's 4. Dodgers are not going away. Mets and the Phillies. Mets minus 714, that's 0. Phillies 856, that is 6. Another win for the Phils. The Phillies are just waiting for the playoffs to start. There's no way they're going to catch Atlanta. There is no way they're going to catch Atlanta. No way. No way. No way. The magic number for the Braves is 3. It's still stuck at 3. I don't see them catching Atlanta. I really don't. But who knows? Cardinals and the Pirates. Cardinals 1152, and that's 6. Pirates 1124, and that is 3. And the Cardinals get a win. Reds and the Padres. The Reds are red hot. Can the Reds get another win? Reds 953, and that is 5. Padres 661, that is 6, and that will break the winning streak. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's the final day of the pennant race before going into the final week, September 26th. New York Yankees at Detroit Tigers. Tigers need to get a win. Ron Guidry for the Yankees. Dan Schatzeder for the Tigers. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Minnesota Twins take the Rangers and lock them up in their own jail cells. Twins beat them tonight 9-1. See you guys tomorrow night.